Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Knotty Threads. In today's video I'm going to try a very new design. I had already posted shots of this video and a lot of you have given very good comments. So this is an in-detail tutorial for which I am using 6 strands of silk thread and these kind of beads. If you do not have the same beads, you can use any bead, even the round bead or flat bead will absolutely work. And if you are not a big fan of beads, then you can totally skip the beads as well. Now this is a single colored sari. The pallu and the blouse, everything is in the same color, but since we have designed a contrast blouse for it, I will be using the blouse color as well, but that's in the last step. For the rest I am using the sari color. So the right side of the sari is facing towards me. Now here I am going to work the baseline. After fixing the knot, work 4 chains. Just check where it reaches and then work 1 single crochet and again work 4 chains. Neatly check where it reaches and in that point you will work 1 single crochet. After working 2 blocks of 4 chains, you will then add the bead. Pick up the bead in the needle, slide it in like this. Now we will lock it with a chain stitch like this. Place the bead flat, check where it reaches and in that point we will work 1 single crochet. So this is the baseline. We will have to continue again 4 chains, 3 and 4, 1 single crochet, 4 chains again. So this is how the arch will be formed. So for this particular design I have also tied the tassels. That is the reason we will be working 3 blocks here of 4 chains. So this second block is for the tassel. We will work 1 more block of 4 chains before we add our second bead. So in between 2 beads we should have 3 blocks of 4 chains. So this is how you will continue the baseline. Baseline is extremely simple. Same way, just keep working, add a bead, fix it using a single crochet and then continue working 3 blocks of 4 chains. So if you do not want to add a bead, you can completely skip using the bead and you can start from the next step. Whatever I am doing in the next step, that will be your first step. You will simply skip this step if you don't want beads. So I'm using this dull gold beads because it matches well with the zari in the sari. If your sari has bright gold, then you can use the bright gold beads as well. So same way I'm going to continue from one end of the pallu to the other end, and this is how it has ended. There was little more extra space, so I have worked 1 extra block of 3 chains, which is absolutely fine. Now we will have to prepare a chain base around the bead so that we can work our arch in that space. So I'm going to repeat the same step here. 4 chains, single crochet inside the single crochet, 4 chains again, single crochet inside single again, 4 chains, single crochet inside the single crochet. Now around this bead we will again work chains, but the number of chains will obviously depend on the size of the bead you are using in the design. So for this particular bead around 6 chains is good enough. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 chains, again single crochet inside the single crochet. So the second step is also very simple. It's basically repeat 4 chains, single on single, and then only around the bead we are going to work 6 chains. So once we are done with this, we will again turn the sari and then start working our arch. So this design is pretty basic, and though we are not using too much beads, it still looks very rich and elegant. You can suggest these kind of designs to people who are not like fan of lot of beads. So in this place, if at all you feel the bead will lose its color, it will become black after a period of time and all of that, you can use crystals, because crystals generally don't turn black if maintained well. Any beads for that matter don't turn black very easily, unless you have put the sari in water, or it has come in contact with perfume or anything. The beads generally don't go black. So now I have finished the second line as well. I've turned the sari. Now this is where we will start working the arch. So here I'm going to work 4 chains again and single crochet onto the topmost single crochet. And then in this 4 chain block I'm going to work single crochet, 2 single crochets, one next to the other. And now we will start working our arch. So the way we work arch is slightly different here. We'll work double crochets, 1, this is the second one, third double crochet, fourth and fifth, 6. So we'll work a total of 6 double crochets, all of same length, and then 1, 2 and 3 chains. Again work 6 double crochets in the same place. Now because my chains are very small, I have worked 4 chains, but if your chains are medium size, then you can work only 3 chains in between 6 double crochets. So in total we are working 12 double crochets. I worked 6 in the beginning, I worked 4 chains, and then I worked the remaining 6 in the same place. So this is how we are working the arch, with a gap of 4 chains like this. So once the step is complete, this is how your arch should look. Now the reason why we are working this chains is so that we have room to work our next step. That is why we are working this arch with 4 chains gap. So here again work 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet inside the single crochet, 4 chains, single crochet inside the single crochet again, and in the next block work 2 single crochets. So after 2 single crochets we will continue working the arch in the same way. So this step also does not take a very long time. If you are used to doing crochet, then it will finish real quick. You don't have to spend too much time. So this is where my first color ends. So I have trimmed the thread and I will be attaching the second color again with 6 strands. So I have 6 strands of violet here because I have paired this sari with a violet blouse. So I'm adding both together, holding both the strands and then making 1 or 2 knots. So that way we will change the color. So this is going to be our last step, and this is what makes the design look a little different. So insert the needle in the last stitch, pull a loop and make 1 chain. So that way the second color is getting fixed. Now into the next single crochet work a single crochet, and then we have this 4 chain block. I'm going to work 4 to 5 single crochets here in this block. 3 and 4. Now this is the place where we will be adding the tassel, and then I will continue working singles on the remaining 3 singles, 1 on each single, single crochet on single crochet, single on single, and again single on single. And then I'm also going to work 1 single crochet on the first double crochet. So I hope it is clear. That 4 chain block is for the tassel. We will be adding the tassel once we are done with the design. Now in the 4 chain block we will work 1 double crochet and then 2 chains. After working 2 chains, we will work the double crochets below this, like this, below the first double crochet. So the reason why we are doing this is to work a shell stitch. So 2 double crochets, 3 double crochet, this is the 4th one. So this forms a tiny little shell which is like a petal to this arch. Again work 1 double crochet in the same space. Make sure the double crochets are not too long, and then work 2 chains and then work the next petal in this gap. So in between the first petal and the double crochet that we just worked, there will be some gap. So in that gap we will work 4 double crochets. So I have worked 2 petals here. Similarly, we will continue working 3 more petals. So in total, our base arch will have 5 petals in contrast color. So I did not use a lot of beads in this step, because then the shells will kind of overlap and they will not have enough space to spread across. So that is the reason I've skipped the usage of beads. So again working the 3rd petal in the exact same way, 1 double crochet and then followed by 2 chains and then 4 double crochets. It's very important you guys understand where the 4 double crochets are worked. So please watch carefully. It is worked in between the space of the previous petal and the double crochet we worked. So with this, the 3rd petal is also complete. Same way we will work 2 more petals and our 5 petals will be done. So the exact same thing, there is no change at all. If you're watching this video or trying these kind of designs for the first time, then you might find it a little tricky, but it's very simple. It's like exactly the same way how we work the shell stitch onto the sari directly. Now instead of working the shells directly on the sari, we are just working in the gap of the arch. So that's the only thing that is different here. So when the sari is very colorful and we use a lot of colors in the designs, it definitely, it enhances the beauty of the sari itself. So try to use as much as colors as possible, so that the design you worked gives a very rich look. So this is my 4th petal. This is the last petal now. So I'm working 1. If you have used a very small bead in the baseline, then you can simply do 4 petals. But depending on the size of the bead I have used, I feel working 5 petals will look good. It will neatly spread across and sit. That is the reason I am working 5 petals, but it is absolutely up to you. There is no rule as such. And generally, if you ask me, I prefer working odd number of petals whenever I'm working petal kind of design. So that's one other reason why I am working 5 petals. So after the 5th petal, we'll again fix this in the last double crochet, because that's how we started. And the rest, I am sure you would guess by now. Single crochets on single crochets. And then in the 4 chain gap, we will work all single crochets, because that is the place where we will be adding our tassel. So here all single crochets. So until we reach the 2nd arch, we will be working single crochets. So this is how it looks on the right side. So it gives a very different and rich look, definitely something different when compared to our regular arch. So I must tell you guys, just give it a try and let me know how it turned out, and also let me know what kind of combinations you used while working this design in the comment section. So this is how it is, and I'm sure you guys would have seen the shots I posted the other day on this channel. So in case you missed that, I will here is the final look. So I've added tassels of the sari color because the last step was in contrast. I wanted the tassels to be in the base color. If the sari had another color, then probably I would choose that color for the tassels. But here we have only two color options, so that is why I just added the self color. And this is how we have designed the blouse for this sari. We've picked up a contrast blouse and very basic and elegant peacock motifs as in the sari we have replicated, and we have also worked a very simple neckline and absolutely no use of beads. It is completely worked in zari and thread. So do let me know how you like this design in the comments below, and if at all you have any requests, guys, you know what to do. The WhatsApp number is mentioned in the description box, so just leave a message, send me a reference picture, and I shall post a detailed tutorial on the designs you request. So that's all in today's video. I shall see you guys soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.